What is going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and recently we have gotten our hands on the resurrected Black Hammer of old in the form of the Whisper of the Worm exotic sniper rifle in Destiny 2. And in this video, we'll be reviewing the Whisper, its abilities, and its performance within the D2 world. Now, there is a lot of excitement about this weapon, and deservedly so. It's a power weapon that brings back some of the power fantasy we had from Destiny 1. For those who don't know, the Whisper brings back the original version of the White Nail perk, which caused your magazine to refresh after landing 3 successive precision hits. This essentially means that the Whisper can have potentially infinite ammo so long as you're landing crit shots, making it a wildly powerful weapon in virtually all PvE encounters. Now, the Whisper of the Worm itself doesn't drop randomly. It drops from a special hidden quest on Io. This quest requires that you take out some special Taken enemies during the Taken public event in the Lost Oasis on Io, which will begin and lead you down an insane quest that's probably one of my favorite things Bungie has ever done within the Destiny franchise. If you haven't had a chance to get it, we've got a couple of guide videos up on how exactly you can complete this quest and get your hands on the Whisper of the Worm. There'll be links to that down in the description box below. So if you haven't, go run that quest, enjoy it, get your sniper rifle, and get ready for some crazy power plays. Now, let's go ahead and get into the stats and perks of this weapon. Comparatively speaking, the Whisper of the Worm is the highest impact sniper currently available in the game. I mean, this thing hits hard, outdamaging the per shot numbers of virtually every other sniper in the game, including the Darcy and the Icalo sniper with box breathing. Part of this is due to the Whisper's intrinsic exotic perk, White Nail. This grants it higher base precision damage, and also rapidly landing 3 precision hits will refill the magazine. The precision damage increase here is pretty significant, making the crit modifier somewhere around 1.788 times normal damage. This allows the Whisper to deal more damage per crit shot than a high impact sniper with kill clip or even with 3 stacks of rampage. Seriously, the damage this thing puts out per crit shot is actually insane. And the White Nail perk is of course the bread and butter of the Whisper of the Worm. It allows you to push out massive, consistent, sustained damage in tons of PvE encounters. Alright, next up we've got the Armor Piercing Rounds perk, which causes shots to over-penetrate targets and slightly increases range. This is helpful if there are enemies maybe standing in front of bosses, or generally lined up in a way that allows you to attack multiple targets in one shot. Now, granted, it is pretty situational, but it also allows for some silly collapse in PvP. After that, we've got the Whisper's trait, Mulligan, which is a chance to return ammo to the magazine whenever you miss a shot. This perk can definitely be helpful for continuing your chain of infinite high damage shots should you happen to miss one, but it's not really all that reliable, and in my testing, popped maybe around 30% of the time. So it's definitely not something you can really super rely on. Finally, we've got Fitted Stock for increased stability with decreased handling. The extra stability from Fitted Stock is helpful, but you really feel the slower handling on the Whisper, which is probably my only real downside for the weapon. It definitely kicks a bit when you fire, but that handling speed is super slow. It's definitely going to be something that you're going to sit back, hard scope with, and then just try to burn whatever it is you're fighting down. Let's move on to the exotic catalyst. Now, the catalyst for the Whisper of the Worm grants it the box breathing perk, which is the Darcy-like perk from the Icalo sniper rifle that allows even further increased precision damage when you ADS for a few seconds on a target. This perk on an already super strong performer like the Whisper of the Worm is insane. The box breathing perk increases the precision damage for the Icalo sniper by about 72.5%, which is a massive change in overall damage output. We're not exactly sure if the Whisper will get that exact damage bonus number applied to its crit damage, as the perk may very well change efficiency based on weapon's impact. But really, any boost on top of the damage the Whisper natively gets is going to absolutely tear things up in the game space. Once unlocked, you're definitely going to stick with heavy hard scoping with the Whisper of the Worm, which is fine as most bosses in the game have large crit spots that you should be able to take full advantage of. In PvP, the Whisper is still a good sniper, don't get me wrong, but you very likely won't be getting too much use out of the White Nail perk due to the need to continuously land those 3 precision shots. So if you're a Crucible-minded Guardian, overall you'll probably have more luck sniping with something like the Silicon Neuroma, or something that has better handling than the Whisper of the Worm. It is worth noting, however, that you can one-shot body shot Guardians with the Whisper and an empowering rift in PvP. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like the old either Radiance Icebreaker cheese from year 1 of Destiny 1 or the Icebreaker Weapons of Light cheese that you could run with a Defender Titan back in the day. If you've got an Empowering Rift in the Whisper of the Worm, you can just kind of sit in the back of a hardscoping lane, a sightline somewhere, pop that rift, and then just body shot whoever comes in. Well, so long as those Guardians are rocking very low resistance, you'll probably see this happen to more hunters than not in PvP. You gotta have like maybe 1 to 0 resistance for this thing to really consistently one-shot people within the Empowering Rift. For everyone else, it'll leave them with just a smidge of health, so that one shot from any other weapon should generally do it, which is definitely a little on the silly side. But in PvE, this thing is an absolute powerhouse. A few Whispers can easily destroy Callus in the Leviathan raid or Argos in the Eater of Worlds raid lair. And the Whisper's crit damage will be more than enough to one-shot most adds in the PvE environment. The Whisper of the Worm is definitely a top-tier exotic that is well worth the effort it takes to acquire. And I would have to recommend to absolutely everyone who plays Destiny 2 that they take the time to go and seek this weapon out. The quest to get it is an amazing testament to Destiny's history, and the weapon you get from it stands as a pinnacle of the power fantasy we've really been missing in D2. Go and get yourself the Whisper of the Worm. You really owe it to yourself to wield this mighty weapon, and hopefully, this sort of thing with this hidden quest and a gun that's this strong is really a sign of good things to come within the future of this franchise. But alright Guardians, that is it for my review of the Whisper of the Worm exotic sniper rifle. Again, just overall thoughts, this is an incredible weapon. The quest you get it from is an incredible quest, go and get it done. But this gun is so very powerful within PvE. The White Nail perk is again that perfect callback. It's the straight White Nail perk from the Black Hammer way back from Crota's End in year 1 of Destiny 1. The infinite ammo, the massive precision damage, everything about this weapon is fantastic. If I had any complaints, it would really be the slow reload speed, although I do believe that gets bumped up with the exotic catalyst when you've got that finish, and of course the slow handling. But outside of that, this thing destroys everything you're going to be coming up against in the PvE environment, and it's also still a pretty good PvP sniper, like I said with the whole one-shotting Guardians thing. It's definitely got its niche there. The sheer consistent damage output of this weapon is really something that makes it shine in virtually every encounter you bring it into. This is a gun worth grinding for, so get out there, complete that quest, and get your Whisper of the Worm. But alright Guardians, that is going to be it for this one, and those are my thoughts on the exotic sniper rifle, the Whisper of the Worm. What are yours? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Have you gotten this thing? Have you played around with it? How do you feel about this exotic sniper? I'll be looking forward to reading your comments. But that is it for this video. Thank you Guardians so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell for all the latest stuff we're going to be putting out. But I'm out for now. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.